Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Animac here from Anime Out Pro. Welcome to a new episode of the Naruto Virgin podcast. Bro, so many amazing fights are happening and have happened right now. It's just insane. Joining me, Nux and Briggs, of course.
Nothing Briggs. I'm not
And
tired.
Gozen is back. Gozen is back
What
after
up?
a 1 week break.
Couldn't miss Drunk Lee.
Yo, man, this was so crazy. Like, these fights are so good. And I loved how we had three different fights going on at the same time and just like switching from one to the other. So much cool stuff happening, really great strategy, really cool powers combining. And I mean, a lot of thought went into this, and I love it. Like, these fights are so good, bro. So good.
And I must say, I feel like I chose the perfect amount of chapters for this week. Just to pat
Yeah,
myself on the
I
back there a
agree.
little bit.
It's a good cliffhanger as well.
Yeah.
And man, like, I just want to say, Gozen and I, obviously, we review ongoing manga chapters on our channel, Anime Uproar. And I feel like with Naruto, like these first 217 chapters, we would have had a blast reviewing them as they were coming out if YouTube was even a thing back
God,
then and stuff like that.
imagine.
Because
Imagine if,
yeah, like there are
yeah.
sometimes series have like slow arcs where you can't really talk about it for a whole video, a single chapter. But I feel like with these, it's like almost every chapter is just so banger that you want to talk about it for a long time. It's really cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got
Imagine
late
actually
into the game.
remembering what happens in each chapter. That'd even be crazier.
Well, that's the thing. If I did a whole video on each chapter, I would have remembered more.
One would hope, yeah.
Good excuse, Animac.
Yeah,
Good try.
and I mean, Shikamaru is my dude, bro. I
He's
love
your
this
dude,
guy,
bro.
man.
Yeah,
He's
he's
my
great.
bro, dude. Like I
I
love
look
this
forward
guy.
to hearing what especially you loved about him in this one.
Man,
but
I
yeah,
like him.
he's
I like
amazing.
him more than Naruto and everyone else. Like
You
fuck
I
like
everyone
a
else.
side character more than a main character in a shonen?
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's a hot take right there.
That was sarcasm.
Animac likes him.
Except in MHA.
Animac likes him because he relates to his genius, of course, right?
As he
Hey,
reminded us last
I didn't
time.
say that, but I'm just saying that I love the guy. And like I said, I said this last time or the time before, but when you guys first started talking about Shikamaru, he hadn't done anything yet, so I was like, why are they talking about this guy? But now I'm like, bro, I love this dude. He's so cool.
Bro, yeah, you
He's
just
best
jumped
boy.
on the bandwagon after he did shit,
He's
bro.
best
We liked
Yeah,
him.
man.
We
boy.
liked him before that, bro.
Yeah, I'm
We're-
sure you liked
we're-
him before. he
We're
did
real
shit.
ones, man. We're real ones. We respect characters even if they don't do anything.
Yeah,
yet.
we just heard him complaining and being lazy, and we're like, "Fuck, man,
Yo,
I
this
love
my guy, man. This my guy, man. This my dude, bro.
That's my boy.
You're my boy, Blue.
I like the way he didn't do anything that one time.
You my rock, Lee.
Nice, that was nice.
No, that was not nice. I agree.
I
Anyways.
like that shit, man. I
Yeah,
like
man.
that shit.
I think that it was crazy.
All right, so
Yeah,
where
fuck
did
Nux.
we
Nux is
start?
wrong.
With chapter 203, we see like what 1,000 Narutos against one Bone Daddy.
Yeah, yeah. So, No, it's not Sakon, is it? He's the one fighting the other guy, right?
Kinemaru.
Yeah,
or
Sakon's
something?
fighting Kiba.
I actually pulled up the
He's
names
against
here.
Kimimaru.
Kimimaru.
Yeah. So we left off last time with like hundreds of Naruto doppelgangers circling Kimimaru, but then the action that I have in my mind first goes back to Sakon, and we learned that he has a conjoined brother named Ukon, and both of them can unlock that crazy demon form, or I guess they call it, what do they call it, like second state?
or
Second state, yeah.
State of the curse mark.
Yeah, and so then the two of them are fighting Kiba and Akamaru, the goat, and
He's
and
actually
we
a
see,
dog.
yeah, but he's the goat. And then you see
He's
Kiba and Akamaru,
stupid.
they actually unlock this dangerous move where they transform together into like this giant two-headed dog, and they just like attack Ukon and Sakon, and they split them together. Like they split the two of them. And at first you're thinking, okay, well they're conjoined twins, so they have to be locked in together. But no, they can just break apart into two separate bodies and
Yeah.
then become two separate opponents, both in that demon mode. So that was pretty nuts.
Yep. Again, you have to realize that Orochimaru is only going to actually get somebody to work with him if they have one of these kooky abilities.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, all of these guys are very, very strong. And the longer this goes on, the more we see how
But
strong they are.
Not even.
But I
just-
loved how it all went
Not
went
even
together.
just very, very strong. If you look at Kimimaru, he says in I believe this chapter or the chapter afterwards that his bone thing is a Kekkei Genkai, which was before
Yes.
also referenced. Like, it's pretty much just a special thing that only certain people could do. For example, he's interested in Sasuke, who could only do or could have the Sharingan, while like someone like Naruto could never, no matter how much he trained, he's just genetically unable to use the Sharingan. Or
Right. It's
yeah,
also
he's
it's,
not born
it's
with
a,
it.
it's a genetic jutsu,
Yes.
which is so
Yes.
cool.
And it turns out that Kimimaru is like Kimimaru is like this guy, the
I
last.
mean, marrow, like bone marrow. Get it?
Ooh, shit.
He's like the last descendant of the Kaguya clan, so he is from this clan. Apparently, I would assume they all had this Kekkei Genkai, but he's the last one. The rest of them all got killed off, so that makes him even more special and unique.
Yeah, it's kind of like Uchiha, right? They have
Yes.
the potential for it. Yeah.
And so, I think I read this correctly, but didn't Akamaru like piss in one of the guy's eyes?
Yeah. It was epic.
So while they're fighting these guys, Akamaru just pisses in one of their eyes, and he's like has to go to the river to wash it off. So then, while that's happening, Ukon latches onto Kiba's body, and he tries to. He's like, it's like a power where instead of being part of Sakon, he's now part of Kiba, and he's gonna like destroy his body from within. But then Kiba's just like, all right, well, I'll just kill myself and you at the same time. And the guy's like, what? What are you doing, bro? And he's like, no, I'm just gonna stab myself. And he's like, okay, fuck this. And he just like leaves. And I was like, bro, Kiba is high key badass. I did not see that coming.
Dude, it's crazy. Every single one of these Naruto boys, like, are wholesome OG gamers from the tuning exams. They all turn into like actual respectable characters.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep.
And I like how they didn't just like they needed help, but still they accomplished
Wait.
impressive things.
When you say help, I don't know if Animac got there yet. Did he?
Yeah, he
Yes.
did, right?
Yo, that is my favorite part of the arc.
Yeah.
Nice.
So when the sand ninjas show up to help, yeah,
How insane is that?
yeah, that was unexpected, man.
Dude!
Bro, I'm imagining the anime probably had such epic music, but I just
It
read
did.
the manga here.
'Cause
Yeah, they had epic
we
music.
just had these guys as villains, especially Gaara, and then it turns out that after Orochimaru's
Wait, hold on.
betrayal
I mean,
was
I
discovered.
think you're sort of getting ahead of yourself. You didn't even mention Lee showing up. Like, you
Yeah, I know, but-
mentioned him, but
Well, you got ahead, didn't you? You talked about the help they got. That's why I got into
you
it.
mentioned it by the Kiba thing, right?
No.
Okay. My bad. then.
Anyway, as usual, Nux, you're off the rails on the discussion, bro.
What? Okay. So as you were saying, Animac,
So basically, we're still in the Kiba fight, and Kiba manages to essentially hide with Akamaru because Akamaru is injured, and he also took damage, because he stabbed himself. So they're just like hiding from these guys, hoping that they're gonna be able to avoid them. And Ukon actually has to rest, so he has a weakness where he can fight for a while, but then he has to go back to the main body and rest, so he has to withdraw.
I love how this is like a 2-on-2.
Essentially, yeah.
It's a 2-on-2,
Yeah.
but then the other guy's got restrictions. Like, he can only separate from the body for a certain amount of time, or only like use a certain amount of energy while separate.
Yeah, and Akamaru is a dog, so that's
yeah, right. That's what I was-
He is a
that's what I was
doggo.
gonna say.
feisty thing. But
What are
apparently,
their,
like,
what are their
Ukon-
names again, Animac?
Sakon and
Ukon.
Ukon.
Suck on these
Sakon.
nuts.
Hey!
Ooh.
Let's go.
Oh, Nox should
Yeah, we
have
gotta
done
do
that, but he
some-
didn't.
We gotta do some boner jokes when we get to.
I did think of it.
Kimimaro.
But yeah, it's an old joke in the Naruto community. As old
bro.
as Ligma itself.
It's new to me, bro. It's new to me. Anyway, yeah, so basically we have that fight ends off on, as we go, it ends off on Akamaru and Kiba hiding from these guys. Ukon is resting, but he's like, Sakon, you have to like capture these guys alive because I want to be able to come out and kill them, with you. Don't kill them without me. And then we
That's
jump
the
to,
power of friendship.
and then we get to see some of Naruto versus Kimimaro, and also Shikamaru versus the girl whose name I keep forgetting.
Tayuya!
Dude, that Shikamaru
Tayuya?
versus the girl fight was,
Tayuya,
was,
yeah.
was so hype.
Tayuya!
I love the fact that, like,
name.
inherently these fights aren't, like, battle of wits, but Shikamaru always turns it into one. Like, if another person was fighting
mean-
this person, they could find a way to crush her in a different way. But, like, I love that so much. It's not like he's just fighting against someone who's super smart and, like, oh, this is a battle of wits now. He turns it into it.
Oh, also, Sam in the chat mentioned that Akamaru at one point basically like bites Kiba to tell him to man up, and that's so true. That was a funny thing. It's like this little dog, and he's like, "Don't be a bitch, bro."
That's what he
Yeah,
said.
don't
Arf,
be a female dog.
arf,
bro.
arf. Don't be a bitch, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Your story.
Akamaru coin
When?
coming soon.
Bro, there's an anime coin. Like, it's probably shit, but there is one.
Yo, I can't believe Kimimaro went all bone of my sword on Naruto, bro. That was like,
Dude, that's so gross in a cool way.
yeah, it is quite gross. But basically, his power is to generate and manipulate bones from his body and turn them into massive weapons. And like this can go just like a sword, or it can be like this massive scale
Bro,
bone
he takes
armor, all this shit. It's fucking
He
gross
takes
and
out
cool.
his spine, his entire spine.
Yeah, how do you
Fucking-
kill someone that can
love
manipulate their body?
I thought that was so cool. He also he used his like the bones at the end of his fingers as bullets.
Yeah.
Like he shot them out of his hands.
Oh yeah, he can actually like long range attack with fragments of bones. Yeah, that was nuts too.
It's
Like
honestly
it is
such
an
a
OP
great
power, especially if you know how to use it. Yeah.
I love how
Although it's
Yeah.
gross.
I know I'm kind of jumping ahead here, but like you understand why Orochimaru would want this body from this fight. You have all these people taking him on, and like he's still going strong, and he's like on the verge of like dying.
Right, he's on the verge of death. He kills the Kazekage. This dude's insane, and he's a kid, you know.
Yeah. But anyway, let's stay on the Shikamaru versus
Tayuya.
Ladyfingers.
Yes, this was so cool, bro. Like Shikamaru is the king of strategy yet again. I love this dude. He makes chess references, which might have been like actually Go references in the original, but they just turned it to chess.
Ogi, I think they often play.
Yeah, or shogi,
Yeah.
because I feel like some of the stuff he was saying didn't make sense regarding chess. But essentially, like you can really see him using his intelligence to his advantage, and he's thinking several steps ahead of his opponent, which is the key strategy in chess and these strategic games. So he, for example, hijacks her golems using his shadow jutsu. And then she thinks, okay, so that's his main strategy, so I'm going to fuck him over. But he's already got something else planned for when she reacts to that. So he's just like a step ahead always, and I love it.
Bro, this man's memorizing her fingers. Her fingers!
Yes, like in order to determine how she's controlling the golems using the flute, he can't determine by the melody because he's not musical, but he can see which finger she's using at what time and what happens with the golems, and that is how he's able to capture the golems in the trap.
Dude,
and just like I love it because it all makes sense. Like his strategy isn't like stuff he's pulling out of his ass. Like this is all logical stuff that you can think of if you're that type of person.
Yeah, and Loki, Tayuya also. I think she had like an exceptionally cool moveset. Like Sakon and Ukon, okay, they could go at each other's bodies. Like Spider Dude, okay, whatever, he's spiders. But I think Tayuya's moves in general just shows you like how cool and creative Naruto abilities can get. Like first, she's controlling the golems, right? That's how it starts. She has some sort of ability, puppet master-esque jutsu to control the golems. And then that's like nothing compared to the fact that she casts genjutsu based on sound. Like we've seen visual genjutsus, we've seen all sorts of different styles of genjutsus, but I don't think we've ever heard one that affects the sound sense. Like
Yeah, so apparently they're based on all the different senses. And as Shikamaru points out, the sound one is potentially the most dangerous one because she can do it while hiding. Like you don't even see her, you don't even know what she's doing, but because you can hear the sound, it's still effective as opposed to, something that's activated by touch or a sense of
for example,
sight.
Itachi, Guy was able to fight Itachi just by like fighting him looking at his feet and not looking into his eyes, right? But like, what are you gonna do? I guess you gotta like invest in some earplugs or something.
Yeah, some high-grade earplugs. Or keep them at a big distance with fan
Or you just
powers.
pull out Rengoku, bro.
Temari was just amazing in contrast to Shikamaru, because she did not overthink shit. She's just like, clear the whole way, bro.
She had an insane jutsu that
Exactly. She was super effective against that Pokemon.
Yeah, pretty much. But what else was so cool in general, just with that fight? So I think, if I remember correctly, it's been a while. Shikamaru says, "I will defeat you in 9 moves." Right? Didn't he say that? And he's like, "Plan 1." Okay, maybe that was only in the anime then.
Yeah, I don't know
But-
if he said it out loud, but I think he did at
No,
least think it.
not out loud. I meant
Yeah.
he
No,
thought
he
it.
did. There was like a 9-move thing.
Right. He said, "I will defeat you in 9 moves," and so like move 1, and like he throws flashbangs in order to make like thin strings get the shadows because the flashbang casts so much more shadow.
Yes.
Like
And then
all
he
that is
also-
so cool.
And then he also like throws these things at her, making her react, making her control the golems, so that he can see how she's controlling them. So he's using like these little things like kunai and other stuff while hiding and monitoring what she's doing in order to kind of get a sense of her moveset and how to trap her.
Yeah, which I thought was
Honest
really
man,
cool.
Shikamaru is goated. I love him.
And also, I respect the fact that after he got caught by the Genjutsu, he still, he was still playing it cool. Like he broke his own finger with his shadow to get out of the Genjutsu.
Yes.
Dude,
Yes,
Shikamaru, Shikamaru had the best diss or burn so far in Naruto. He's like, I'm not really like, it's unfortunate I always have to fight girls. This goes against my code. And he's like, good thing you don't look like one or something.
Yeah, because she was in that second state.
he was in the demon
mode.
form.
So yeah, it was like, fuck yeah, yeah.
Or like, but I guess you aren't really one or something along those lines. It was great.
No, it was cool, and yeah, they were kind of like evenly matched there for a while, but he was running out of chakra. He was using his shadow jutsu at its full power to restrain her, but he knew that if he lets go, she'll kill him, and he was running out of chakra. So it was at that moment that the Sand Ninjas showed up to help, and he was helped by what was the name of the girl? Matsuri or something?
Tamari.
Tamari. And which is funny because Tamari is the one that kind of got humiliated by him in the tuning exams.
Yeah, she won, but got humiliated.
Yeah,
for
she
sure.
did win at the end, but he was the only one who ended up being becoming
Yeah.
a Genin, right?
Tuning. She's the only one that became
Chunin,
Chunin.
yes, true. And then Jonin are the ones ahead, yes.
Yes.
So Temari is her name.
Yes.
Why did I
And
think
it's-
Yeah,
it was
she's great.
Yeah, and it's pretty great. Like you could see the ship already forming. Like this is a goat, like a god tier ship. Like as far as anime shipping goes. This
He
is up
did
there,
remark that she's more dangerous than his mom. He did say that.
which is pretty crazy. I don't know if
Yeah.
his mom showed up that much in the.
Well, it is implied that his mom kind of like runs the show with the dad-mom relationship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
so
dad's
basically,
more like the chill guy.
what ends up happening then is Temari, she has her abilities are a great match from her perspective to Tayuya. So like Tayuya is at a disadvantage. So what Tayuya tries to do is like hide away, far away, and then from a long distance do the flute stuff to activate her Kekkei Genkai. But and this is actually quite funny. I wasn't expecting this. Temari just destroys all the trees in like the surrounding area, and a bunch of them just like crash on Tayuya, and she's done. She's defeated, and Shikamaru's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah,
Dude, that was
Tamari's
so good.
Tamari's crazy. She's really strong.
Yeah, that was nuts. Like, cause you were thinking, okay, so cause Gaara shows up to help Rock Lee, because we didn't talk about this yet, but Rock Lee actually showed up to help Naruto earlier on because Naruto needed to go pursue Sasuke, because Sasuke was released by Kimimaro, and Sasuke just like continued on without him.
That was such a
So-
random panel too.
Yeah,
He just
and
like
then-
gets out and starts running.
Yeah, he starts screaming or something and then running it, and Naruto's like, "Where the fuck you going, bro? Like, what's going?" Anyway, so yeah, Rock Lee shows up. He just had his surgery and went well, thankfully. But he was supposed to be resting. Meanwhile, he showed up. He took the wrong potion. He was supposed to take his medicine, but he took like alcohol, or as it's referred to in the Viz translation, Tsunade's private potion. And then we have a battle between Rock Lee and Kimimaro until Gaara actually shows up to help Rock Lee. But first, let's talk about the whole Rock Lee thing.
So I
Dude.
think the Rock Lee versus Kimimaro is amazing
So cool.
because this dude, like, it's so inspiring. This dude did everything in his life trying to get to this point where he can become a useful ninja, and here he is up against this insanely powerful dude, helping his friends. Like it's beautiful. It's poetry.
Yes, and I mean, he could have died during that surgery, and yet, like the same day that the surgery is done, he's like, I'm gonna go help my friends because I know they went and I couldn't help them earlier.
Yeah,
Crazy
I'm
guy.
pretty sure he
that
opens
is,
the first gate as well.
that is so wholesome. Also, so what happened was Tsunade gave him medicine, but then she messed up and gave him like a whatever secret potion type thing. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what they called it. And then Guy's like, oh no, you gave him a secret potion or whatever. Like you gave him the wrong medicine. And then you get like a little backstory and everything. It's so cool.
Yeah, a backstory. The one time I had to use all of my strength, and you see like whatever them in like a restaurant, and Lee accidentally gets drunk,
Yes.
and like guy has to go full power to stop him. Like that's the
Yeah,
meme.
because he goes berserk. He's like a nasty drunk. I thought that was hilarious. Thank you to Wolf's Lord Porter for the 1,000 magical crystals. And yeah, so first of all, before he gets drunk, Lee is a good match for Kimimaro just because Kimimaro isn't expecting his type of fighting and his whole taijutsu thing. Like it's an unexpected way of fighting for him. So Lee clearly is able to actually get in some hits, but it's obvious that Kimimaro is overall stronger. So then though, when he drinks the
Dude, but
alcohol,
that fight was so good.
It's so cool.
Lee is
When-
also not at his best, obviously, because he
of
just
course, yeah,
recovered.
he's injured. He's still injured. He's recovering. But then when he drinks the alcohol, he kind of switches up his style again. He does the drunken master style, and that kind of confuses Kimimaro even more, leading to some actual awesome hits get on Kimimaro and all this other cool stuff.
Yeah, because he's still like super fast and he knows all these like techniques that he's learned all these years, like just studying taijutsu, but now he's unpredictable and like kind of going
Yes.
with the flow. He's like the classic whenever you were to watch those old kung fu drunken movies where they're kind of like wobbling around and like just like kind of not react, it's like being purely off instinct type of thing. And Kimimaro was like,
Yeah.
I can't fight against this.
Yeah, Kimimaro actually admits like I can't predict what he's doing, and he's
Exactly.
forced to unleash like the full potential of his Kekkei Genkai in order to keep up with Rock Lee, which in itself is crazy because we know that this Kimimaro guy is super strong. We know that Rock Lee is injured, and yet he still manages to be a challenge for him.
Oh my god,
Yo, Shibuya Kaho, thank you so much for rating Briggs.
I just noticed that right now. Thank you so much. Holy crap.
That's so awesome.
We're just out
Thank you,
here.
and thank you also to Hooky Wookie for the 1,000 magical crystals.
Thank you.
Go on, guys.
Dude, welcome everybody. We're just talking Naruto here.
Yeah, specifically when we're chasing down the sound.
How dare you
for-
disrespect Shibuya by saying it like that? It's Naruto.
I hate you.
I
We're
think
sorry.
you're the one disrespecting Shibuya.
We're
if
sorry,
anything.
Shibuya.
I hope you had a great stream. I've been here for 14 days. Nux is torturing me. Ah,
No.
You're sick. You're sick, man, Briggs. But
I'm not fucking
Evanito
leaving.
bowed out. I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, no way Evanito's gonna out Chad Briggs.
Well,
not
I think
possible.
we've all been saying that. Honestly, Evan, I have to respect the man. He did better than
dude, very impressed. He surprised everyone, and like, honestly, like I
Oh,
think
yeah.
people counted him out early, and he just like went
Yeah,
further
he got
than
the
anyone
top
thought.
3. He got the top
He went
3.
for 10 days. Yeah, man, that's no joke. I streamed for 2 hours and I'm tired. I'm like, fuck this shit.
But the
And
problem
next
is, I'm
streams
just
are
such
2
a
minutes.
stubborn, competitive person that it's like, if you stream for
That's
10,
not a problem, bro. That's
I
a
know
strength.
it's a weakness and a strength, but in this case, it's a strength because like
It is
I-
definitely both.
I went into this thinking, oh, this will go for 3-4 days, a week, but then it's like I'm not allowed. I can't physically allow myself to leave. Like if Evan did 10, I'd have to do 11. You know?
Yeah, you're nuts. You're nuts, man. I
It
like
makes for entertaining TV. You know,
Well, I'm
It makes for
entertained.
entertaining stuff.
Yeah, so yeah, Briggs has been, in case people listening to the podcast don't know, Briggs has been in a challenge to stream the longest out of a bunch of people. It's only two people left, him and Miyune Bun, and he's been streaming almost 14 days. So it's just crazy, crazy stuff, man. And this is all Nuxtaku's fault.
You're welcome.
And yeah, if you are listening to this, maybe even a month from now, chances are he's probably streaming. So come check him out.
Exactly.
Please no.
Briggs ADA on Twitch, man.
Please no.
Yes, he is sleeping on stream.
No, it'll be done. I am sleeping on stream. All right, back to Naruto.
To Naruto. I like Naruto.
Hey, it's pretty.
Yeah,
good.
so we had the whole Kimimaro thing, but it was clear that he was gonna win against Rock Lee. Rock Lee just wasn't strong enough, and he's still recovering. However, then the crazy shit happens. The Sans guys show up, and Gaara's the one that shows up to help Rock Lee, which was so unexpected because Gaara and Rock Lee just had that whole thing where Gaara was the one who injured him in the first place, right? So you would
To
think,
be honest, I think Rock Lee played a part in Gaara becoming the person he is.
for
So
sure.
I think it fits. It's poetic that Gaara is the one that came to help Lee.
Yes.
Perfect for the narrative, and so they
But
can get
also,
there.
I thought it was cool how you would think, oh, maybe Rock Lee would like hold a grudge because he almost died because of Gaara, but he's like, no, I just respect you for being so strong, and I don't hold a grudge. And I was like, yeah, that sounds like a Rock Lee thing to say.
Yeah, he's such a good person, man. Like, Gaara didn't break any rules.
Yeah, and I
Well,
love
I
how
mean, he did try to kill him in the tuning exams, which is kind of
Yeah, I mean, that's
aside from
allowed.
it's not breaking rules though. You can kill if you want. It's just probably not, it's
Recommended.
not gamer, but people do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So then we have those 3 fights going on because also, the one
Kiba.
puppet master dude, what's his
Yeah,
name?
Kiba got helped by Kankuro, and
Yeah,
I think
Kankuro.
Kankuro has really cool fights. I remember when I originally watched Naruto, I think I loved the Kankuro fight so much because you don't know what to expect. You like in the first time you see him fight, he was the mummy on the back, and the person was the puppet. So the guy grabbed the puppet, which looked like Kankuro, and then the puppet just grabbed him back, right? That
Yeah,
was
he always does
insane.
the unexpected, right?
Right, that's the first fight. The second time you see him fight, well, I mean, it was kind of in the bushes with Shino. I don't even know if that counts. But now, dude, how insane was this? The Iron Maiden technique. You think he only uses one puppet? You fool! That was
Yeah,
terrifying.
he has multiple
Puppets are great.
puppets, and they all have different like powers and abilities,
Yeah.
and so you
Like,
never know
the
what you're gonna
Black
get.
Ant,
It's really
the
cool.
Crow. Dude, I love this so much. And also, the way like that the Iron Maiden torturing technique, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
actual torturing technique.
Yeah, of course.
So, like, obviously that was the inspiration for this, where like he traps him in the Black Ant, which is his new puppet. He traps him in there, and then his other puppet, he breaks it apart into 100 separate swords and controls the individual swords to go into all the holes, and you see blood leaking out of the Black Ant puppet.
Yo, yeah, that was rough. That was
How
rough. And
that was oh my god, these guys are not playing around. This is for keeps, man.
I'm sorry that Recon's not here because if he was and he was like, "What's an Iron Maiden?" we could be like, "Bro, it's just a band."
It's a sex term.
He probably is, to be honest. I don't know what it refers to, but everything's a sex term.
Yeah, you're probably right, to be honest.
Speaking of which, Kimimaro was boning Gaara. What?
I thought that fight was really good too. Gaara versus Kimimaro, because Gaara, like, somehow he's even stronger now than he was like during the tuning exam.
You thought it was Nux? You only thought it was pretty good. I thought it was epic. Why aren't you more excited, Nux?
Dude.
Because I've seen it 30 times.
No, but it was really, really good. Like you have sand versus bone, and yeah, like Gaara's even stronger now, and he has all these cool powers. But the bone dude is just insane.
And I think what made Gaara stronger was in a way, he's becoming friends with the Shukaku. Just like Naruto sort of has a relationship now with Kurama, the fox dude. So he's somehow becoming friends with the raccoon sand dude. And
yeah, because he used his ability to protect himself without actually being like taken over by him, right?
Yeah.
yes. And also,
Yeah.
I think personally, when I was watching that fight for the first time, and like you have sand versus bone of like he makes a big sand thing to defend him, and he uses his spine to wrap around the sand thing. Like I was going nuts. But when Gaara used sand tsunami, and he said, "Wherever there is rock, wherever there is earth, I can make more sand." And a
Yes.
massive tsunami of sand comes out of the ground. And as it's like about to like collapse on Kimimaro can't get away because there are little sand hands coming out of the tsunami grabbing him at the same time. Like,
Yo, it was
oh
crazy.
my
And-
god!
But you know what's even crazier?
What?
Despite all of that power
Yeah,
that
Kimimaro
Gaara
survived
had,
it.
he would have gotten him and Lee were about to be killed, and they only didn't die because they got lucky. Because Kimimaro was already ill, and he ended up just dying.
Yeah, you literally have
I-
this sick dude, like he's sick and has a Kekkei Genkai. You have Lee, Gaara, Naruto all trying to take him on at one point, and it's like it just shows. It makes sense why Orochimaru would want this body. He's insane. Like, how do you kill someone that could just fucking control their bones and just manipulate their
and
body?
How perfect How perfect was it when Lee even said like, "Hey, my master said luck can be a part of skill" at that moment. Like,
Exactly.
that's
Yeah, because
perfectly
Gaara was like,
applied.
"Yo."
I mean,
Gaara
to
was
be
like, "Yo."
fair, like I don't know if it would have been like a straight one-on-one, Gaara versus Kimimaru. It's not 100% certain. Even if Kimimaru wouldn't have died on the spot, Gaara was also fighting while protecting Lee.
Yeah.
Yes, and we don't
That's
know if
fair,
he
yeah.
gave his all. Like,
That is
Well, he
fair.
didn't turn into Sandboy, but
Exactly.
like the truth is, we don't know, and I think that's part of why this is.
But
It's really cool.
Gaara was a bit upset. He seemed like, "Yo, we didn't actually win. Like we almost lost."
Yeah, Gaara
And,
was.
and we only got lucky. And then that's when Rock Lee says, "Well, my master says that luck is
Well,
part of every fight, so that's okay."
And
if you're
I think,
skilled and talented and put in hard work, you have more opportunities to be lucky. If they were just weak and got stomped, you can't get lucky because you would have died by then.
100%. They have to last that long, right? So that's part of it.
yeah.
Exactly.
No, I mean, it was amazing. Gaara versus Kimimaru was epic, but so were the other fights. Like I said, the whole Shikamaru thing, the whole Kiba thing,
Dude,
Rock
the
Lee,
versatility.
It's
the
just so many
versatility
fights
of the
happening
powers.
at the same time,
Does-
and the powers, the cool abilities, mashing against each other in cool ways. Like, man, amazing. Honestly,
Does the Kiba fight
that's
end
my
up coming
favorite
to an end throughout these chapters?
Yeah, I think so.
so
I
it
believe
looks
so.
like Kiba won, but unless something's like, oh, I wasn't really defeated.
They
type
do
thing
like that
happens later.
double dog twister attack. I don't know what it's actually called.
Yeah, Konkuro helps them out, right?
Yeah.
He helps
Yes.
defeat with the Iron Maiden.
Which we mentioned while Briggs was in the bathroom.
This
Makes
is true.
sense.
This is true.
Yeah, so assuming that there's not some other ability that can revive him.
I don't think so, because like it seems like the whole point of this kind of part where like the sand guys help finish
Yeah.
them off.
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause
I
the
think
part we
that
left on,
The
the part we
sound
left
guy-
off on,
Yep.
the part
Yeah,
we left off on was when Naruto meets up with Sasuke on top of those statues that look like they're from Lord of the Rings.
Oh shit! Hype.
Yep.
Yeah, that's such a hype moment.
Do
man.
you know
How's-
who the statues are? Can you like at least
That's
decipher
a good
one of them?
question. That's a good
Well,
question.
they're important people in the world of Naruto, bro.
Good point,
Dude, you are
anime.
correct. You are correct.
My man
Thank
knows.
you.
He knows his Naruto
Yo,
clearly.
pull up the page. What does the guy on the right look like?
An epic dude.
So one of them looks like the Hokage guy, right?
Yeah, the guy on the
Yeah,
right is
one of
the
them
first.
looks like the first Hokage.
Is the first Hokage?
Yeah. Oh, the first? I was talking about the other guy who looks like the fourth, or not the the fourth. Is it the fourth?
No, it's the first.
The guy
Dude,
on the
you're
right is the
perfectly-
first, and the guy on the left, I don't know. And above them
Guy with
stand.
okay, so the guy with the spiky hair is not the fourth Hokage.
No,
No. Why would
Okay.
the first and the fourth Hokage? Okay.
I don't know what this is, man. I
They're
don't know
just,
what
like,
this is supposed to
standing
represent.
there.
yeah, I just wanted to see if you recognized the person, and you got Naruto standing on the first Hokage, and you got Sasuke standing on some other dude, probably irrelevant.
Dude, this is not symbolic at all.
No, not at all.
No, this is great stuff. And look at the scenery. It's just like such a well done like panel.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings did it first, bro.
Did it?
Yeah, but it's not about who did it first, it's about who did it right.
No, it's about
Yeah, man. In Lord of the Rings, they had a statue of the Hokage. Anyway,
Man, I love the Hokage from Lord of the Rings. He was such a good character.
My favorite. All the other characters sucked.
Dude, he was the Hokage of the Lord of the Rings. The village hidden in the rings. It was amazing.
Awkward.
Sauron's
Yeah.
kind of bad villain. Not gonna lie.
I mean,
Yeah. It was hard for me to get into the movies because they're so long.
Dude, I've never watched
That-
Lord of the
that is-
Rings.
that is a terrible take.
I
Briggs,
thought the
we have to
movies.
watch
I
Lord
thought
of
the
Rings.
movies were good. I didn't think it was like the greatest piece of media ever, which some people seem to think it is. But I thought the movies were good.
I really
I
need
I
just
to
like
wish,
the
like-
memes. I like the
I
memes
wish-
that come from it.
I wish we knew more about Sauron and like his motivations and the whole thing.
He was evil for the
It-
sake of evil.
Yeah, that's kind of. I didn't like that part.
I don't blame you. I personally like Lord of the Rings a lot. But that's because you have to realize it's not a dark fantasy. It's a
Yeah,
light
it's not.
fantasy.
It's a classic. Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a classic
sci-fi,
wholesome
boys.
fantasy.
It's a
Good win,
sci-fi.
bad, yeah, it's a good sci-fi. Anyway, It's funny because if Lord of the Rings was anime, you know that Frodo would have been like using the ring to look at chicks naked for a while.
Well, if
Okay.
he was Jiraiya, it depends. Depends the character.
No, it doesn't.
No, it
Totally
doesn't.
does. Naruto usually doesn't do that stuff.
So is there
Basically, the way
In
the way
episode 2, he went into the women's locker room teaching Konohamaru that that's what it means to be a man.
yeah, and
Is
he
that
also
an
has the sexy
episode in the
jutsu.
manga? No, yeah, for sure. To get to use it against other people, but what
You
doesn't
don't think?
matter.
Do you think? You don't think Naruto would hook up with himself as the sexy jutsu?
shadow
I
clone,
don't know, man.
sexy
Yo.
jutsu?
Like he
Shadow clone
doesn't
sexy
on the
jutsu.
panel.
Yo, this is what
Yo,
the real
Briggs,
questions are.
this-
I'm
this
asking the
man's-
real questions in Naruto.
This man's
That's the
tactical
next
facts
level
were on
of
another level.
masturbation.
Yo, his
Yeah,
tactical
that's the next
facts were
level.
too OP. Honestly,
Fap-
Animac,
Fap
you
Ju-
deserve a bonk. I know he hates when I hit my mic, but that was bonk worthy right there.
I couldn't even hear it, so it's good.
Yeah, you cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh, this is OZ.
Perfect. Perfect, bro. Yeah, so that's where we left off, and it's an epic moment because right now I'm wondering, like,
Yo, thank you, Hooky Wookie. Appreciate that, brother.
is he actually doing this? You know, he wants to meet Orochimaru because he's straight up like, yeah, I need more power to beat Itachi, or is the mark kind of interfering with his mind as well, and it's drawing him to Orochimaru? So I'm wondering whether he's gonna be like his normal self, just kind of stupid and thinking, oh yeah, Orochimaru's definitely not gonna
You
possess my
just call
body. He's gonna help
Sasuke
me.
stupid. You and Sakura would never get along.
No. But come on, man. Like, you think that if he is in his right mind, he really thinks that Orochimaru's gonna be like, hey, here's all this power, bro. You nothing in return. I don't need anything
No, but
in return.
it's
Yeah, that's-
it's a chance. though. He can
Orochimaru's
always
a good
backstab.
boy. Why would Orochimaru not be like nice and stuff?
I don't
thing
know
is,
either. Nothing we've seen so
Sasuke-
far would make you think that he's treacherous.
Sasuke probably-
I like
trust
Orochimaru. He's so nice.
Yeah, he's a gamer.
Yes, he's a bit of a terrorist pedophile.
Yeah, you should not get into Vans, Nux, because you think weird people are nice.
Well, no, like, one thing about Orochimaru, that's
Ah, my house is on fire. Ah, I'm burning.
You say that like it's a bad thing?
no, I'm just saying it as a fact, not bad or good.
I mean, yes. What's your point? I'm hesitant to see your point. You're saying like what?
That you like creepy weirdos in anime.
It's because he is.
He
Because
just
you
likes
are yourself
scum,
a
bro.
bit of a creepy
He
weirdo.
just likes gum.
Dude, I relate to him. Not Orochimaru, but Hisoka.
Yeah, I know.
He possesses the properties of both pedophile and terrorist.
No, that's Orochimaru. He possesses the properties of both pedophile and terrorist.
I was talking about Orochimaru.
Okay.
I was talking about
He-
Orochimaru.
My boy Hisoka, he's out there. He just wants to have a good time. He's so misunderstood. It's so sad. People understand him less than they understand Zoro.
Yeah, you should make a video on that.
Well, I've talked about Hisoka many times in videos.
I disagree.
Back when I made anime videos. Back
Yeah, but you
before
told
the
me.
age of men has ended. There's our Lord of the Rings reference.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm a
Rick, you have to watch Lord of the Rings. It's really good.
yeah.
Rohirrim for life, bro.
Dude, that's probably the best moment in all the movies. Not gonna lie.
It is. I also listened to like the audiobooks, and that was an epic moment.
Dude, I mean, so look, I know this isn't the Lord of the Rings Virgin podcast. Praise Lord of the Rings Virgin podcast. All right, probably not. But
No.
anyway, I know that this isn't the Lord of the Rings Virgin podcast, but I think part of what makes Lord of the Rings so great is the cinematography and the music is amazing. Like that definitely plays a part in why I think it's so good.
Yeah, world building is interesting too.
Yeah, I like the different. Okay, whatever. Not the point. Back to Naruto.
Back to Naruto. So,
If
Animac, I
anything,
have a
there isn't
question for
enough
you.
world building in the movies.
This is
There's more in the books.
This is a decent
Well,
amount
yeah.
of chapters, but I feel like we might as well finish the arc. 21 chapters.
You cut out again. I didn't hear what you said.
21 chapters.
Are you okay with 21 chapters, Animac? Because it would suck to do like 15 and then 6.
I don't love the idea, but like, yeah, we can do it. I'll try to like read not everything last day as usual. I'll try to do it like over the course of a few days.
Thank you.
I mean, these chapters are pretty like smooth. They're not like a lot of text. And,
Yeah,
and stuff
fighting
like that.
is usually good for like just...
Like sometimes those One Piece chapters would have a lot of text that we went through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
because One
like
Piece is much
Animac
more-
rushing beforehand.
One Piece is much more, information focused than Naruto is. Like Naruto is about the hype, much more.
And believe it or not, I'm actually looking forward to hearing some talk no jutsu right now from Sasuke and Naruto. Hopefully, we get some of that before the fight, because they're gonna obviously fight.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be successful, but yeah.
Dude, if we do a Hunter x Hunter Virgin podcast and we get to like the later arcs, we're gonna need. So next week we'll be covering one chapter.
No, yo, so I can't wait for this to happen. This is what I predict is gonna happen. Naruto's gonna try to like convince Sasuke, yo man, come back, bro. Orochimaru is bad news. And then Sasuke's gonna be like, no. And then Naruto's gonna be like, but think of Sakura, she loves you, man. And he's gonna be like, no. And
He's gonna be like, fuck
all right.
Sakura.
Yeah, I know. He's gonna be like, fuck, I don't give a shit. He's gonna be like, fuck, all right, let's fight.
I mean, it's so entertaining. Sasuke's level of not giving a fuck about Sakura.
It's sad. I feel sad. Bro, those freaking apples that she peeled and shit for him.
I don't
and
feel
he just
sad at
throws-
all because she
I
brings it
feel
upon
sad.
herself.
She's a simp.
Yeah, like she's stupid, you know? Like
No,
for
I know,
doing
but
it.
I still feel bad.
She has the IQ of a kumquat,
Like, he could be like, listen, bitch.
and that's
I'm
not even a
I'm not
smart
down.
fruit.
And the other reason you don't feel bad about her is because she treats Naruto like complete shit. If she was empathetic to other people, then okay. But in the
Well,
beginning,
she's
she
been
treats
better
Naruto.
lately. Like,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
beginning,
for
she
sure.
was really much.
No, she's developing.
She's matured for sure into a worse character.
Yeah, now she's more of a kumquat than she was before.
Anyway, I like. No, I said I don't like poor Sakura's, constant embarrassment. It's funny,
Or
but it's also
Sakura.
sad.
There was
Poor
one
Sakura.
moment where you could tell Sasuke kind of cared, where like he like lied to her when he was leaving.
Yeah, he said thank you. Like,
Yeah, he's like, thank you, then it just knocks her out.
He's so caring. Look at how caring
Look how
he is.
caring he is.
I know.
Oh my god.
He's a caring boy. Look at that. The way
No,
he
but
said,
honestly,
I don't hate you so much that one
Yeah.
time to the
Big
person that
picture,
peeled all
though.
those
Well,
apples.
big picture stuff, I think that the fights in Naruto and the abilities and how they work together have been a standout thing for sure. Like,
and characters like Shikamaru, Kakashi.
yeah, the characters are great, but I mean, like, even how their characters come out in the fights, like Shikamaru's fight, the way he fights is determined by his character and all that type of stuff. Like, it really has been like a standout thing, and it's been consistently interesting for 217 chapters. It wasn't like, oh well, there was a boring ass arc in the middle or something. No, it's been consistent, bro.
Wait, so there were no annoying Class 1A versus Class 1B training arcs? What?
Honestly, I struggled to get through that MHA, and that's the current anime arc, Class 1A versus Class 1B, and I struggled to get through those. I was just like, I don't care. What
did
Ida's
care
gonna do.
about learning.
I don't
all
care
their
what Ida's gonna
quirks.
do, bro.
I did care about learning their quirks.
I guess,
I
but
didn't.
like, that was a cool part of the Class 1B thing. But like, I don't care about like Ida is gonna fight Pony from Class 1B with the. Yeah. Anyway.
And
The point is,
also,
Naruto's
I mean,
great.
aside from that, like aside from the emotional weight that these fights have, the mechanics are really good. Like, you get it on both sides here in Naruto.
Yes, because I feel like, for example, JoJo's fights have like the best mechanics, but they don't always have the same emotional kind of pull to them. Often it's just like stand users who don't even know each other fighting. But with Naruto, the emotional aspect is very much, there all the time.
Yeah, Naruto's great.
Yeah, it has been really great so far. 100%. Thank you guys for joining me for another fun episode. Next week, we're covering up until chapter what, Briggs?
238.
Chapter what?
238.
I do love chapter what, Briggs. It's a good chapter.
So that's going to be interesting, 21 chapters, and we're finishing the arc, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Looking forward to that. Thank you guys for joining us as always. You can check out the One Piece version podcast, which is also happening when just search it up wherever you listen to the podcast. Check out the Rank of Anime podcast on Spotify. That helps us out a lot if you follow us there. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.
Bang.